Hamas sent a formal response to the Israeli ceasefire proposal via international mediators on June 11. Hamas and Palestinian Islamic Jihad expressed readiness to engage in a deal, emphasizing the need for a permanent ceasefire. Key figures like Hamas' Ismail Haniyeh and Islamic Jihad's Ziad al-Nakhla communicated with Qatar and Egypt. Hamas insists on Israeli withdrawals from the Rafah crossing and Philadelphia corridor. They demand a proposal that guarantees a permanent ceasefire, a stance maintained since December 2023. This strategic move aims to consolidate their position and address long-standing demands. The United Nations Security Council adopted a resolution on June 10, urging Hamas to accept the latest ceasefire proposal. This move is part of broader diplomatic efforts to increase pressure on Hamas. The resolution outlines 3 ceasefire phases, stressing the need for ongoing negotiations. Despite U.S. involvement, there are concerns about the proposal's permanence. A senior U.S. official confirmed acceptance of the United Nations Security Council resolution, highlighting readiness for detailed negotiations. Secretary of State Antony Blinken remains hopeful, but acknowledges Hamas's leadership in Gaza will decide the final outcome. Will this push lead to lasting peace? Hamas leader Yahya Sinwar remains confident in Hamas' position in Gaza, believing Israel has more to lose. Sinwar recently told mediators that Hamas holds a stronger hand. He compared the current conflict to the historic Battle of Karbala in 680 CE, where Imam Hussein fought against overwhelming odds. This analogy underscores Sinwar's determination to maintain Hamas's stance without significant concessions. Sinwar's confidence reflects Hamas's belief in their ability to survive Israeli military actions and continue their demands. How will this unwavering stance affect future negotiations? The Israeli Defense Forces continued operations in Gaza on June 11, targeting Hamas positions. Israeli forces conducted airstrikes on the Netzarim corridor, hitting Palestinian militant cells. Hamas responded with mortar and rocket attacks, escalating the conflict. The Israeli Defense Forces also reported the withdrawal of its 98th Division from the Gaza Strip's central governorate. These military maneuvers aim to dismantle Hamas's infrastructure and disrupt their operations. With both sides intensifying attacks, the region remains volatile. Will this cycle of violence see an end, or is a prolonged conflict inevitable? Lebanese Hezbollah conducted multiple strikes targeting northern Israel, firing rockets and drones. This retaliation followed Israeli airstrikes on Hezbollah positions in Lebanon. The Israeli Air Force intercepted several rockets and drones, maintaining defense readiness. Hezbollah's actions signify their strategic support for Palestinian factions and their broader regional objectives. The situation has led to increased military vigilance along the Israel-Lebanon border. Can diplomatic efforts de-escalate this new front, or will it exacerbate the Middle East conflict further? Iranian-backed militias in Iraq and Syria launched drone attacks targeting Israel, highlighting Iran's influence in regional conflicts. The Islamic resistance in Iraq claimed responsibility, emphasizing their support for Palestinian groups. Additionally, Iranian media reported delays in Russo-Iranian cooperation due to internal political issues. While these developments indicate that Iran's strategic maneuvering in the Middle East, utilizing proxy groups to exert pressure. With multiple fronts of conflict, how will Iran's actions shape the regional dynamics? United States Secretary of State Antony Blinken met with regional leaders on June 10 and 11 to discuss ceasefire efforts. He emphasized the need for a sustainable peace process. Concurrently, United States Central Command intercepted a Houthi drone over the Gulf of Aden, showcasing U.S. military vigilance. The Treasury Department sanctioned individuals and entities supporting Iranian and Houthi networks. These measures reflect a multifaceted approach combining diplomacy and military readiness. Will the United States strategy bring stability, or will it face further challenges in the volatile region?